What's poppin'? So I just really want to throw my 2 cents in on this new thing that I just recently heard about. It's about saying that the person that's paying child support is the person that should receive the tax refund, right? So don't come for my clothes, man. It's cold outside. I'm just chilling in the house on Monday night. You know what I'm saying? Hunkered down. But anyway, watching some YouTube videos, and I'm currently watching this guy called, I can't really see his name, something Z on YouTube. But anyway, on here he's talking about this new law. This it's not a law yet. And actually, from what I gather, no one can even find where Trump actually said this, like, or tweeted this or whatever. So it's a rumor that's going around, but you know, it could happen, or it's something like it could happen. So anyway, what y'all think about it, man? Me personally, I think that the person that's paying child support should get the refund. I think it should be limitations. I think it should be stipulations involved in play. So let's just say you paying in over 200 a month or something like that. Anything over 200 a month, I think that it should be fair game. Uh, 300 a month. It should be some sort of stipulation as to how much or vary from state to state maybe because of the cost of living and stuff. But anyway, um, and I say this because let's just use mothers and fathers. We're just gonna keep it simple. Now we know that there's cases where women pay child support too, but talking to the majority, um, speaking to the majority, it's most of the time it's the mother. So let's say what that was. Let's say the mother, let's say the father all year round is on his P's and Q's. Now we're not talking about deadbeats. They're not even in the picture. We're talking about the fathers that's in their children's lives, that's paying child support faithfully every month, that's helping out when you say, hey, dad. I'm talking about the mother saying this now, and the mother says, hey, dad, because of course dad got a name, but I don't want to just call it a name. He says, hey, dad, baby boy, baby girl needs XYZ shoes, football cleats, gymnastic gear, whatever, cheerleader gear. Can you go half with me? And dad says, okay, no problem, because dad's on his P's and Q's, right? Dad's taking care of his business. He's making the money, and he's come to grips with the fact that child support and maybe even alimony is just going to be a part of his day to day. I mean, his month to month expenses, and it just is what it is. So he's already worked that into his budget, and it's all about budgeting. It's all about how you live. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to live beyond your means. If you feel me, that's how you get yourself in the hot water. That's something that I don't do. Um, but anyway, trying to keep this short and simple. Um, so the dad's paying his bills. He's taking care of everything, right? So I think that person should get the tax refund. Do you not? If you don't, then just let me know why. Let me know in the comment section why. Because, like I said, all year long, if this father's, let's just say he's paying out $600 a month, right? All years long, he's dropping $600 a month on you. This is being garnished out of his check. It's coming out of his check regardless. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then if he gets fired, um, cut that off. If he gets fired, it's still gonna be charging him every month. You feel me? It's still gonna be charging him. So he might end up on you $10,000, $15,000 because of the duration that he was out of work. You know what I'm saying? And now he's in back child support or whatever. So I think that if he is paying you every month and it's being garnished, taken out of his check, just like Social Security and whatever else that comes out of that check at the end of the year. You file those taxes, and you might get a return, you might not. So I think that since this has been garnished on his check, he should be able to write this off, or I don't know if you can write it off or not. Like, so I don't have to go through this. I'm 35, no children, I'm single, never been married, XYZ, but I've taken care of my fair share of children. I just recently had to take care of my niece for 2 years. I got her when she was 1. I had her when she was 2, when she was 3, because of some unfortunate situations. But that's, that's just a little context to say I know what I'm talking about when it comes to raising children. So I'm not just blowing dust in the wind, or whatever. But every month this man give you $600. It's coming out of his check every month, right? 12 months out of the year. Why is it so wrong for him to be able to cash in this 1 month and say, boom, you know what I'm saying? Let me get, or at least every other year, or y'all have to split. It's mandatory that y'all have to split the check or something. But I think that the father should get something back, because when it's the mother, it's no mandatory. There's no mandate. So, if you have to have some shoes, but dad's already stretched in, like, yeah. So right here, I didn't really finish this statement, but basically what I was saying was, the mother don't have no mandate. So if she need a pair of shoes, if the child need a pair of shoes this month, but it ain't a dire need, she could be like, oh well, I can't afford them this month. We'll get them next month. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with anything else. If it's not in a dire need, most of the time they'll let you know ahead of time whether you need some new football equipment, school fees, locker fees, gymnastics stuff. Surely they'll let you know ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Um, Baseball, whatever. But like I said, there ain't no mandate for the mom, right? So she could be like, oh well, I can't get it this month. I get it next month, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be perfectly fine. Dad can't say, oh baby, I ain't got the 600 this month. I get you next month. And then they're gonna be like, okay, well, are you gonna pay 1,200 next month? Because that's what you're gonna owe. See what I'm saying? But they're not gonna say that for mom. They're gonna say, oh well, you can't get me these shoes this month. Does that mean you're gonna get me 2 pairs of shoes next month? No, they're not gonna do that. And obviously that don't make sense. But I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying, right? There's no mandate. Mom can stretch and push and rob Peter to pay Paul and all this to make sure the child has what he needs. Meanwhile, that dad is no wiggle room. It's just pay January, pay February, pay March, pay April, May, June. I hope I said the months right. You know what I'm saying? But pay 600, 600, 600, 600, 600, 600. Oh, you lost your job. Oh, we sorry to hear that. 600, 600, 600, 600. Oh, you got another job. Oh, you get even more now. She said you get even more than you was getting before now. You getting even more now than you was getting before then. Okay. 800 then, big dog. Since you balling like that, 800, 800, 800. Oh, you lost your job again. Oh, now you took a pay cut. Oh, you making even less than you was making the first time. Well, guess what? 800, 800, 800. That's how it worked. Like I said, I get off topic sometimes. I was talking about minimalistic. Don't live beyond your means. You know what I'm saying? Keep it underneath that. That way you won't get into no hot water. If something happened, you got a couple thousand saved up. You know what I mean? That you can drop on this. And I know, you know, if something happened where you lose your job, you might have enough money to cover your bills for a month or two. You see what I'm saying? Things like this. That's what I'm saying. So if the father's doing this and everything's taken care of, that means that he's paying you your child support. But if you come to him and say, hey, dad, so and so needs such and such, he'll be like, all right, cool. It ain't gonna break him because he got it. He got it like that. These are the fathers that I'm talking about, right? So, month after month, I heard something in the back. Month after month, he's giving you this money. That means you're being helped every month with your $600. Now, at the end of the day, the beginning of the day, and the middle of the day, you gonna have what you gonna have, whether you have a child or not. You're gonna have an apartment. You're gonna have a roof over your head. You're gonna be. It's like 4 to 5 main bills that people are gonna have, or variations thereof, and that's gonna be lights, water, rent, internet, and maybe some kind of home insurance, renters insurance, homeowners insurance, something like that. Mortgage. Those are going to be the 5 that people are going to mainly have. Anything else is just whatever you got. So out, you're going to have that regardless of whether you have a child or not. You're going to have 9 times out of 10, you're going to have, a roof over your head. You're going to be paying lights. You're going to be paying water. Now you might have rent. You might not. You might own a home. You might have insurance. You might not. You might have internet. You might not. That's why I said the variation thereof. But at the end of the day, the middle and the beginning, you're gonna have that regardless to whether you have that child or not. So I hate when people be like, "Oh, these children are so expensive." Whoop de whoop de whoop. I know children can be expensive, but to what degree are you? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when it comes to water, you're gonna bathe anyway. If you're gonna have water anyway, water's not going to go up that much. And I know this because I live alone, but recently I've had some people come stay with me and my water bill didn't go up that much. Light bill is going to go up. It's going to definitely go up. Extra TVs and fans and especially space heaters, but I got central heating. But if, air conditioners, things like that, phones, game systems, that stuff is going to run your electricity bill up. I actually monitor it on the app, and it'll tell you this day you paid $4 out, this day you paid $2 out, this day you paid $6. So you can monitor that. But so the lights might go up. The rent is going to be the same unless you get a bigger apartment, and then like I said, the rest of it comes. The rest of those finances, it's all going to boil down to what decision did you make. Did you decide to sleep with somebody who was taking care of their business, or did you decide to sleep with a bum? Are you a bum yourself? You know what I'm saying? Are you barely making it yourself? Because you got to take these things into account too. Right? You got to take accountability too. I'm not going to go out there and get a brand new BMW if I can't afford one. So why would you go out there and have a child if you can't afford one? You say, well, I didn't plan on having one. You was having unprotected sex. That's like throwing knives and hitting somebody and say, oh, well, I didn't expect to actually hit anybody. I just was. Well, you hit somebody. That's what happens when you throw knives. You could possibly hit somebody. So that's what happens when you have sex. You could possibly get pregnant, or you get somebody pregnant. This is on both counts now, men and women. So the men out there that's complaining that they getting all this money taken out of their child support, or they got a bitter baby mama, or they got a nasty, disgusting baby mama. You know what I'm saying? It's your fault too, because you should have did your due diligence to find out about this chick before you lay down and had a baby with her. You know what I'm saying? I know how it is. Sometimes, you with this young lady, doing what you do, and, sometimes the protection can just vanish. It's like, oh, we don't need this up against the wall. But don't let that happen, man. Just be careful who you have conversations with people. I'm to the point in life where it's quality over quantity, man. I care less about all that heavy breathing. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's so many STDs going on right now. STDs and babies, those are 2 of my biggest fears, man. You live your life the right way. That's like you live your life the right way all your life, and then you get 50 years old and somebody says, oh, and then you do something bad for the first time and then are going to prison for the rest of your life. That's the same thing in this case. You do what you're supposed to do all your life. You end up going out here and sleeping with some nasty woman and catching, or nasty guy and catching something. So first and foremost, that's the first thing that need to change or be rectified, or something, is that you is the person you lay down with. That person needs to vet these people. But next to that, When it happens, and now you got to deal with it. So let's just say this man is giving you $600 a month, right? You take this $600 a month and you put it in a can because you take care of your business, right? You put it in a can, you bury it in the backyard, you put it on the car, but you're not using it for your own personal satisfaction. You're not using it to pay your rent or your bills. You're not getting your hair done, your toes done. You're not buying you a new car with it. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing with it. You're putting it aside for child support. And I know some could say, well, child support is me keeping a roof over his head and buying groceries and da 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 da. Maybe so. But you need to take a portion of that or something and put it aside for this child. So let's just say for the sake of argument, this man is giving you $600 a month. But you stretched thin. You don't went out there and got the nicest car that you can get. You living in a nice house because you working and you making money, but you also taking this man, or let's say you got two baby daddies and they both having to pay you $600, so you getting, you know what I'm saying? But you got the baddest car you can go get. You living in the nicest place that you can find. You decking your house out with all this brand new stuff. You rocking all these new clothes. You walk around with bags and stuff, new bags and shit and stuff. You ain't doing what's right with the money. Now, what I'm saying right here is if you got it like that, hey, ball out, do you? You know what I'm saying? If you can afford the lavish lifestyle and to take care of your children too, do that, man. That's what it's all about. It's about living, loving, laughing, and enjoying this life that you in. You don't have to be all, you know. It's not, I don't think you ain't supposed to struggle, stress. I don't struggle. I don't stress. Now things come up, you know, every now and then that you might, you know, have a deep thought about. But as far as stressing out, now I know things could change. I have a lot of faith, and I believe that, you know, for the most part things happen for a reason. But I also believe that faith without work is dead. So putting all these little different little sayings and quotes and stuff like that, scriptures and stuff like that together to move your life along. So yeah, you know, if I'm living below my means, you see what I'm saying? Whether you balling or not, because I'm not balling, but I ain't falling either. You feel me? But if you living below your means, like I said, you'll have the extra money to do. You know what I'm saying? Somebody say, "Hey, let's go to out of town real quick." You say, "Bet, no doubt. Let's go. Let's go have some fun. Let's go out for some drink. Let's go." But if you stretching your money thin and then you still claiming to try to take care of your children, but claiming that the money that this man giving you ain't enough, or you saying it's so hard because you ain't getting the help that you need and things like that, that's when the tricking off with the money comes into play. But by all means, if you balling out and you can afford it, do you. But I still, you know, say that it should be some kind of savings account somewhere for this child. Either you put money into it, he put money into it, or both of y'all putting money into it. You feel me? But let's just say you taking it and you spending $300 to help you out with groceries and stuff like that. You take the other $300, you put it in the can. What I'm trying to say is, if you take this money that this man is giving you month after month and save some of it or put some of it away, and then only use that money for when the child needs something. Oh, the child needs some new cleats. Oh, dad, the baby boy needs some new cleats. Can you go have? Dad gives you $50 on some $100 cleats. You take 50 out of the can of money that he done gave you already, and then you go get the child some cleats. Dad, baby girl needs some new cheerleading gear. Dad says, okay. He gives you 200 for the cheerleading gear. You take 200 out of the can, and now y'all got the 400 you need for the cheerleading gear or the cheerleader trip or whatever it is, and you know what I'm saying. You do it that way. But if you're doing it like that, you child, like I said, you go to the can. You need you need school supplies, school shoes, whatever. You get dad to give half. You take half out the can, and that can will never go empty. But at the end of the day, I think that yeah, I think that the father should be able to get half of that money, or at least all of it. You know, all of it, or at least half of it. I think it's the right thing to do. I don't care if the father's in another state. I don't care if it's the father's on another planet. If he's sending that child support money in every month faithfully, I think he should reap the benefits of that as well. Get some of his money back. I think it's only right. Or, or, or you give him the child because this is the thing. I think women should take more accountability for busting it open for these men, right? And I know men need to take accountability too. But what I'm saying is, don't comfort me, man. I'm comfortable, you know. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, the middle and the beginning, the judge or yourself is going to deem you the primary parent. So it's going to be you up all times of night. It's going to be you changing diapers. It's going to be you trying to find a babysitter. It's going to be you trying to make sure the child clothes fit, shoes, and it's going to be you kissing boo boos and potty training and it's going to be you fixing lunches and all of this jazz. It's going to be you taking care of this child physically, right? Now, financially as well, if of course financially as well, but I'm just saying, hopefully you'll have somebody who's going to be helping you as well with child support, or if somebody's just giving you money, your father, the baby father's giving you money. But in the case where you just got a deadbeat, then again, that's on you. You chose that deadbeat. Now, if you can get them and get them on child support, get them. And if he end up going to prison or whatever the case may be, then hey, that's on him. If he gets a bitter baby mama, if he put his seed in a bitter woman that get the baby and then all of a sudden switch up, like you got some cases where a man might sell dope and stuff like that, and the girl be with the dope boy, and but then she get pregnant and be like, I gotta change. You need to change. What? This man was selling dope before you got pregnant. You knew what it was. Now all of a sudden you want to give him ultimatums? You want to hold a baby over his head? Same thing with police work, detectives and stuff. You know what I mean? Or whatever. It's crazy, man. The decisions and ultimatums and things that these women do once they get that seed, boy. Once they get your seed, so be careful who you give it to. Your seed is just as precious. That pearl is just as precious as their womb to grow this child. Even more because they can't. You need each other. You know what I mean? I know they try to make it seem like the woman is, which she is. Don't get me wrong. That baby has to pass through her, and she carries it for 9 months, and she endures all the pain and trauma that comes along with pregnancy and child, and I understand that. But if you got a good, like, what about that man getting up every day to go make money so that he could pay the child support? What about the man that gets up every day so he could take care of you and his family if he's still in the household? They don't, you know what I'm saying? Fathers get no love is what I'm saying. But anyway, man, I done chatted enough about it. Put it down in the comment section below. How you feel? Do you think that uh the person paying child support should get the refund? How do you think they should? Do you think they should get it as a month after? I mean, year every year or every other year? Do you think they should split it? I personally think that's the best way to do it, is to split it. But at the same time, like I said, ain't no, if I'm giving you $600 a month, 9 times out of 10 you are not spending those $600 a month on that child, especially if they a baby. Like, you feel me? It ain't too much they need. Diapers, wipes, and clothes, maybe. That's about it. You ain't spending though. If you are spending $600 a month, you just doing too much. You're doing too much. Now I'm saying $600. That's because in my hometown, a pack of diapers ain't nothing but about $10. You know what I mean? You get about a pack of 20 to 40 diapers. I mean, about 30 to 40 diapers for about 10, 11, 12, $12. Right? Now, I know you go to some places, the cost of living is higher. So, you got to factor that in. But let's just say, for instance, where I'm staying, like I said, You get $500-$600 a month because, and I'm saying that because I seen some places online. I know years ago when I did smoke, um, cigarettes like a pack of Newports in my town was like $5-$6, maybe $7. I went to New York, they was like 10, 11, and that was about 10 years ago. So I seen some deodorant online one time. I can't remember what state it was, what city it was in, but either way, it was like $11-$12 for just one degree, men's degree. Whereas where I'm at, I pay like $6 or $7 for a sticker degree, men's degree. So anyway, man, like I said, you're not spending those $600 on a child a month, right? You're spending that on yourself or on your bills or whatever that you would have, that you would incur should you not had that child in the first place. You feel me? That's all I'm trying to say. You feel me? So let's be real. I knew who I was. My father had to pay child support. I saw what my mama did with the money. Now she didn't blow it. She was an LPN. She made money. She actually put it towards the bills, and she took us out every weekend. We went out and we ate, or we went to Fast Eddie's, or she took us to a few water parks or something like that. So she did well with the money, and I'm not just saying that because it's my mama, but she's bad with money too. So she could she could have probably done some things differently. But what I'm saying is, it's some women out there that really trick off with that money, and then the child somewhere looking crazy. They don't got what they need. So again, man, put it in the comments how you feel. I'm out.